we have something called the PlanXcel forecast. So before going to PlanXcel forecast, I will slightly change this thing to another template. I'll create a new template. Okay, I'll take one example I have for the piping fabrication. So this is, I'm using this so that I can show you grouping and summaries. So I'm going to plug in this dates. Okay. Now I want to bring in the quantities. I will bring in the distribution values. Okay. Distribution values. And I need one more column for the area identification. I will use one user defined field. And I will bring that one also as area. Okay, so this is the spools. You can see. Okay. Now I have. Now I can do the same thing what we did earlier. The short distribution will give you the numbers what we have to produce. I will convert it into weekly calendar. So now I have the distribution on a weekly basis. Okay, so this is the plan what we created. These are the dates coming out from the individual, say, from the P6 schedule, depending upon the area plan dates. Now we have the rundown curve in order to match to complete the scope of work. Now, once we have once the team is comfortable with respect to the plan, we can fix this plan and then we can use this plan to monitor quantitatively. So that is where this PlanXcel forecast comes into the picture. So in order to do that, what you can do is that once you are finalized your plan, you can create your click on create. So an additional column is required because whenever you're doing an actuals, you always have completed quantities and then balance quantities only need to be forecasted. So you need to bring this column. So automatically PlanX can bring it. So that column also is brought in. This is the completed values. And then now we can create the template. So what it's going to do is that it is going to modify this template and it will bring in the additional rows what is required for monitoring on a individual line item. So you can, once you read it, there are a few settings if you want to do it, if you want to change it. Otherwise, you can go ahead for the creation of the template itself. So before creating the template, then we need to say about from which period you want to create for the actuals. So whatever is the plan is being covered, we can select that duration as the monitoring period and click OK. And then the template is created now. And you can see the template has been modified now to PlanXcel forecast for each lines. So this way, currently you can see these are the plan what we have set. And also below you can see the same for as forecast. Because you can see it's already linked, but it is not linked to this plan, but it is linked to the forecast plan. And this forecast plan is this forecast plan what we use for the distribution. And whenever you are going to update it, for example, I'll hide this. It's the plan. Now, for example, I'm going to update this this plan as of say 15th of February. So I said that I have started on 1st of February with 2 spools, and then after that I started with 50. So you can see that the completed values are getting changed to 52, whatever is completed. It is already auto linked now. And it will link from whatever was the previous completed plus the new completed what you are going to update now. So if you have any data which is say the total scope was earlier something and you are starting to monitoring now, In that case, we can plug in the previously completed value here, and then it will give you the total value. And then it will be always PlanXcel distributes based on distributed columns values minus the completed values. So this way, it always enables the balance value to be distributed. So now you can see that we have completed 52. The balance, it is not shown here. You can bring that as a separate column. You can say this is the balance, and you can use your Excel formulas to say that 648 is the balance now. And from now onwards, 648 only should be shown in the forecast, and this has to be changed. So for that, what you can do, you can set the as on date to 15th of February. So whatever date you are seeing here is the start of the date. So that means the week is starting on 15th of February. So you can set the date to 15th of February. Okay, now I'm putting it February, 15th of February. There is a line which will automatically show as of 15th of as on this date. So we can give some prefix for it. And again, you have to show distribution. So once you do the show distribution, what you're seeing here now, this is your actuals. Your forecast has been shifted from here to here. And when you see from the calendar point of view, there's a line which shows that this is the cutoff date. And whatever you have not achieved, everything has been pushed from here till the completion date, what you are given here. So even though you are expected to start on 1st of February, the actuals is you have done something, and the balance has to be distributed from 15th of February till 12th of May. That is being done here as per the balance value what we have. So this way, now we are having a plan, and we know exactly how much we are achieving at the on a weekly basis. We can also do some update here. So whenever you're doing an update, okay, you can go for the short distribution, which will align the forecast based on whatever balance you have. Now, if you select this balance now, you can see the balance is only 648, which is equivalent to this 648. We can do a summary of this to understand better. So if you go for the summary, for this PlanXcel forecast, you have to use a separate summarize. So you have to use this summarize. The schedule heading, you can use it for different groups. You can use it. And data columns, you can use the schools. Okay. And then you have to select it from the actuals data. So what is happening now, that PlanXcel will create two summaries for you. So two summaries in the sense, one summary is related to at a overall level, and second summary is for a drill down. So if the commodities in this plan is all related, which can be added together, this summary will help you to understand in one single view what are the total achieved in terms of actuals and how the future has to see. Now, if you see from the overall point of view, we are almost near to the plan itself, the forecast also. Even though we did the performance in different way. So it is taking the cumulative and then showing you the difference. If you want to see where it is coming from, you have the details in here. So since it's the pivot table, you can simply shift the data to see what are the summaries. For example, you are seeing the 63, 63 is coming from these three areas on these three materials. So this is the total 63. And from where the actuals are coming, this is the actuals are coming from these two areas. So like this, you can play around the way you want it and create summaries. You can add subtotals. This will enable you to understand how the performance is happening from individual areas, individual activities. So this is the summarize function of PlanXcel with respect to the plan actual forecast. We can do a dynamic dashboard of the same item. For example, if I am taking this, I'll take it here. I can convert it into a dynamic dashboard. What I'm going to do is that I'm converting this pivot into a chart. We can do it by select data and switch between the rows and columns. So this way, you can see here. This is because of the total value. We can remove the total value. So this is how the trend is there. You can see the actuals, which is there on the orange. If you want to show, if you want to change chart type to this one. Now this was your plan, this is your actual, and this is your new forecast. You can automate it using slices. You can add a slicer for the type of items and the area. If I click on one area, so this is the dynamic chart, how it has performed here in this area. There's nothing as actual has come in. Here also no actual has come in. We had some planned dates, but nothing has achieved. And because of that, you can see the forecast is increased slightly in order to mitigate the delays what we have performed on this. If you want to see on a particular material, yes, we have performed on the CS pools. We are not worked on the internals, and then we have not worked on the, so we are something on the SS as well. And we have done better on the SS, and because of this, the forecast has gone down compared to the plan. So now you understood how the this tracking tool is helpful to understand how we are heading together. So what will happen when you are keeping the finish date same as your plan date as you move forward, and you can see that the forecast will keep on increasing, and what is the required rate if it's not able to achieve properly, then you can immediately understand that this finish date is not viable, and then it has to be extended further to normalize it and to have an achievable target. So this change of dates will serve you for updating your main schedule and to see what is the down the line impact. Any questions?
Can you extend that date once again and show me the distribution?
Which
any of the forecast date, finish date?
You want to see here?
Yeah, just change the date to maybe another 2 weeks.
Yeah, definitely. Why not? So what we can do is that again, we can go to PlanXcel in the settings, as on date, we can shift it. For example, we are not updated for 2 weeks, and then we are going to do an update as of 1st of March.
No, I'm not asking that one. The forecast date or the plan now is told no.
Okay, yeah, I got
that
it.
You can extend.
Now I'm saying that instead of 12th, it is going to say 25th of May. This is what you're saying, right? So now the distribution has to shift it to 25th of May. You can go to show distribution. Now you can see this has shifted to 25th of May. Same like what is happened here, because it's already linked. So all the distributions, all the changes are getting reflected here also. You just refresh it. You will get for those item. What was that item? What we added? We added for the CS pools on area 1. So CS pools on area 1, you can see how the forecast has extended. Is it clear?
Can you show again that summarizing how it will? It's not.
No problem. Okay. So once you have this template, you're seeing that how to create the template. Create the template. You just click on create. It will create the template for you. Only thing is that if there is any completed value column is missing, it will automatically bring it, and then you have to again click on this summarize again, which will summarize the data same like this, where you have a summary at the top and then a detailed one at the bottom for further drilling out. Once you do this,
what I ask in the summarizing whatever column we are selecting for that one. That
is up to you, because this is a pivot. So it is not necessary that you have to select any particular column. It is all up to you how you want to see the groups. If you have more groups, you can add more columns. If you don't want it, nothing has done, because it's a pivot. It's a pure pivot. There is no additional things which is been added. So if you don't want to see any particular items, you can also simply remove it. If you don't want to see title, then it will again summarize it for you at that level. This is a simple pivot table. But the difference is that if some calculated columns have been imported, it will automatically bring it. You don't have to again click on it and then bring it one by one. It is a straightforward single click. Otherwise, what will happen if you want to bring any of these dates? What you have to do? is that we have to keep on selecting one by one because these are all in columns, right? We have to start clicking on one by one, then only we have to do it. And then if it is any change, you have to change it to sum of and all. But with PlanXcel, it's a single click, and then you will get a ready-made output like this.
Okay.
I hope the creation of this dashboard is clear. Do I have to explain again? Yeah, Prem was raising the hand.
No, sir, it was mistakenly done. No problem.
Okay, fine. Okay, I hope now this is also clear. So this is the PlanXcel forecast. Then we have something called reports. Now, whatever we are seeing here is purely on the weekly basis. This is not giving us a cumulative impact of what is happening. So for that, we can use the reports. Okay, so in PlanXcel, we have different reports. So one report is related to the tabular reports. Then we have graphical reports also. In tabular reports, we can have L1, L2 reports and behind schedule reports. We can take these columns values and then see the summaries. All these things are customizable. So if you want to see any reports, you can select this report. You can click on view. This will give you what are the contents of that report, which all columns it has taken in. If you want to add any, I think additional, you have to just select both of them and we have to save it. So this will override whatever setting is there for this report and with this additional columns. And you can say click on view report. So for this particular case, we'll go with the previous example what we were doing. Okay, let's go with this example where in which we have something. We have the two WPS and then we have some values in the distribution values. I will also create one overall weight factors to calculate our progress and all those things if required. So for that, we have to bring the overall weight factor. Okay, I can base the overall weight factor on the total. So we have a total of 11,000, which is the sum of these two. So here what has happened is that when we created this WPS, we omitted this activity, and because of that, it's showing 50 here, 60 here, and 10 here. We'll include this also into this and update WPS. So calculate this will be 60,000 and 60,000 total 12,000. So 120,000 we have. So 120,000 is your total number. So in order to calculate this thing, we just use this formula. So it is depending upon how you want to calculate the overall weight factors. You can do that. I'm just using one reference for this now. So it is 0.5 plus 0.5, it is 1. Then extend this one with one more level. So we have one summary activities now. We have one summary activity and total 11,000. Okay, so this becomes value column now, and we can use it for calculations of the progress. Fine. Now I have put the overall weight factors, so we can bring this thing in our report as well. So in the PlanXcel, if you go to the reports, your report, so it is based on the overall weight factors. You can group it on any particular area or something if you have it. I think we don't brought any to one column for the grouping. census. So just for the namesake, I'm putting a category here. Now I will go to reports and I will group on those area, which I just did it. All weight factors, which is start and finish. I have the I don't have any start finish dates. Then I don't wrote the actuals. We can bring that also later. Then we can see this report how it will come out. So we say view report. It has to create a report template. Now it will say that we have to configure a report template for it first. So it has created a report template for us. Now we can modify this thing. We can modify by bringing in, you can put your logo. I'm just putting a shape for the time being. Okay, so you have to set the properties of this particular logo to move but don't size with cells. So once this is done, now your report template is ready to receive the report. So you can go back to your template, PlanXcel, create your report. So this will summarize the report for you in the format what you have set. So it will automatically adjust all the columns and then bring in the data what you have requested. So we have asked to create it based on two groups on a summary level. That's why it's showing like this with the start and finish dates. Now, if you want to extend these things to have, and it is created on a new sheet because we have selected that option. For example, here we are saying to view it on the summary level. So if I take it on activity level, we'll get the report. It will give you the activities as well. What are there inside each of those areas, and then what are the activities where we are standing with respect to their weight factors, the start and finish dates. If you have the plan dates, then we can bring the plan dates also. If you have a variance with respect to the behind schedule, you can show that also. So all these informations can be done through these reports. So this is the tabular reports. Then we have something called the graphical reports. So in the graphical reports, we have S-curves and histograms. So here we created something for the distribution values. We can create an S-curve. So let's take an S-curve. We create an S-curve. So it has already been set up on the distribution values. Let me rename it as numbers. And the create graphical S-curves view. S-curves. We need to run the hours. Chart title will be the manpower S-curve. We have option for the separation that I'll show you. Then it is a S-curve. We can bring S-curve and histogram also both together. For the time being, I'll take it as S-curve. Then the decimal places, we can put it to default and save. This will create an S-curve template. We'll go for view report. Yeah, the S-curve is now created. So this S curve is the one what can be used for any monitoring at a later stage. When we want to have the actuals, we can also calculate the actuals and then plot it against it. And then we'll give a plan versus the actuals S curve, the early plan and the early one. Similarly, we can create an S curve for the uh, oral weight factor. So chart title will be based on the OWF. And we'll go for this curve. Add report. So we need to give a name for it. This is, so the report is saved. Then we can select that report for viewing. And now we have an S curve based on the OWF. So this is your OWF gain requirement. This is the same gain what we are seeing in our S curve also when you are doing the distribution with respect to the OWF. So if you want to see the breakup, what you can do is that we can shift this thing into the man hours. And you go for short distribution. So this has distributed the total one based on those dates. And if you go with a summarize, okay, data column, yes. So this one. Yeah, now this is the S curve values. What we have seen. This the total is again 1, and this will be in line with the data what we have here. So like this, yeah, let's see settings. Whatever you want to do in terms of additions, something you can do it above this row, it's fine. But if you do anything below it, it will automatically get deleted. So if you want to do a quick sum or something, we can use this method. So this way, you can use the quick summary. Here I have given a rounding on the fourth default to the third. That's why there is a difference. You can avoid that also. In summary. So this way, this is how we are going to dissect the requirements, which will match with the what is coming out from the S curve. So if you want to see what is the 10.8 requirement coming in, then we can see from where which activity it is happening. And this is how we will come to know whether we should have a rescheduling on any particular activity in order to reduce the gain, to have a smooth curve or things like this. Any questions now?
I joined a little bit late, but how can we get this PlanXcel function? How to install it to Excel?
Yeah, there is. We can download it from my website, or I can send it also. And then it is a if it is an exe file, it's only a matter of only double clicking. It will install by itself. And once it installs, it will create a separate ribbon like this specifically for PlanXcel.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay. Now, if no more, then we'll go to P6. Then we'll dedicate the time for the P6. How we can get from the P6. Any questions? I think one in one inference is that either people don't understand or people understood something. Because I expect a lot of questions, but I'm really surprised that nobody is asking anything. Yes, Prem.
Actually, your explanation was very good, and we don't have any doubts from my side. That's the reason we are not asking any doubts.
Okay, fine. Good enough. Thank you for that. Yes, Johnson.
Yeah, if at all any doubt, how can we get clarification for that one? So you have any presentation or something for this one, sir? So that
yes, we have. I'm planning to do more videos. There are some videos already been published in my YouTube channel.
Sir.
And that is one method. Second method is that I have created some helps here, where which you can understand what are the intended columns functions. And in most of the cases where you have a problem with respect to the dates or something, PlanXcel will automatically tell you. For example, if I am giving you, okay, I'll give you one example. That is a good question. Okay, let me show you. Take one. Okay. So here I'm giving a simple date of 15th of 6, and I'm giving a value of 100. So it will give a distribution for me like this. Now I'm saying that I have done up to 50 and I am on an as on date. So I need to go and as on date, and I am on, say, July 31st. Okay. And I say show distribution. You can see that distribution values could not be distributed. See, you can see this. This error has come. What is this error? Why this error? So the error is because you are saying that your activity was supposed to finish on 15th of June, and then you have a completed value of only 15. You have a balance of 50 yet to be completed. So it is showing an exception that yes, your distribution is also okay with respect to the completed values. But what about the balance? Where are you going to do it? So it will throw an exception saying that this particular activity, you are saying you have a balance of 50 and then you are not shown that. So like this, it will tell you in which row you have a problem. Based on which either you can change the dates or you can update the quantity if it is missed to update it. Like this, PlanXcel will tell in most cases. Otherwise, after using for some time, you will have a feel of it. You can really understand because it's Excel only, and all the data is in front of you. There is nothing behind it. It is working. So this way, it will be helpful. And as I said, PlanXcel will work only based on the distributed values and the completed values. The difference of the one which is the one will be the one which will be distributed after the as on date. So if you change this thing to now say 31st of August, then there will not be any more error saying that the balance will be done after completely on the balance duration of the August, all the 49, even though you performed it like this. So this way you can understand that your performance is not good in order to complete it on this particular date. This calls in for an additional duration has to be extended. or otherwise additional measures has to be done in order to perform this thing in this duration. So these types of informations automatically will comes out because we can link it with the curves, and this curves will show you how it is happening. I think I missed to show you related to the for the plan actual forecast. In the graphicals, we have S curve. We have one specific line for the plan actual forecast. Okay, so if I save and then run it, okay, I'll create the template. Okay. Because this was a new template, report template was not there. Anyway, I thought I think you can understand how the report template has to be modified. Report. You can see that now the different lines. So the first line was supposed to be your original plan. Your orange line is your actuals, and then from this actuals you are doing your forecast. So as of now, your performance was okay. So that's why you are having a bit of difference from the plan, but your forecast is slightly extended with respect to in between activities. If it was on a critical activity, then you can see that the forecast is finishing somewhere later. So this is another report which will help you to understand where the difference has happened. And if you want to restrict to a certain area only, then that is also possible by using the filter functions. So that is the plan actual forecast on the reports on the plan actual forecast. Then I want to add some more before we jump into the, or I'll show you it in the plan in the P6 itself. Is it clear now? At least can we move to the P6 now?
Yeah, and if at all for the bars, if you want to label the bars, is it possible, sir?
Yes. Everything is possible. So I'll show you that also. That also I'll show you in P6. Anyway, I'll show you quickly now. Sorry. Want to show that. Now you can see the bars are already here, right? Now you want to see this bars. What is this bar? We don't know what is this bar. So we can have an option here in the settings in the bar chart area called the legends. So you can just simply say to show legends and apply changes. You can see all the bars will come in. So I'll add more bars and then I'll show you how this is also getting changed in the P6 when it comes now. I'll show you that also and how this can be helpful to understand the parallel activities and all that I'll show you now. Anything else?
Sir, if this video is recorded, sir, we can get the...
Yeah, I have tried to record it. I hope it will be recorded and then I'll be able to share it as well. So another quick one is related to the activity codes. So this is called, this is if you want to have a different bars on a specific item. For example, this particular item, you understood that this is a critical item. So you have to go for the activity codes. We can put it as critical. This is critical. Also, for example, this is also critical. Now in the bars, there is an option called activity codes, where a separate set of bars can be defined. So whatever you defined in the activity codes, it will come down here. And then you can specify what type of activities or bars you want to show. So if it is a milestone only, you can have different types of milestones to be shown. This also I'll show in detail. But for the time being, let's show some details for the critical. And you can change the color to red for a better visibility. Close it. Gantt chart. Now you can see in the same bars, an additional color has come in, and then the legend also to show that it is critical. So this way, at any point of time, if you want to highlight anything to the construction team of any particular activity to be taken care, you can use these activity codes. These activity codes can also be used to identify different types of activities. For example, this is one area, right? So if you use this as a reference for us. Okay, so area 1 can have one color and area 2 has one another color. Again, you can go to the bars, activity codes, can change this thing to area 1 and area 2. And the bars, this is area 1 6 with 2. And Gantt chart. Now I can distinguish between them. So like this, there are different options to have different colors of the bar. There are additional bars also that I'll show you now when we bring it from the physics. Any other quick one?
Jagu, one more. Could you show me that the two activities in the same row? I mean,
that's what. Yeah, exactly. So that is what I said. I'll show that one because there are so many other bars we can define. I'll show you that one, and then how you can bring those informations also. Where in which in the same line you will be seeing multiple bars together. So this particular feature will be helpful when you want to understand when you have same types of activities running. For example, you have a villa project, in which you have 10 or 15 villas to be built in a township. So there are same types of activities, and then you are going to use the same types of resources. Then the parallel activities has to be reduced. So how effective is your schedule? All these informations we can show. I'll show you that as well. I hope this is clear.